While riding the bus home one night, Sakura Sakurakoji sees a boy seemingly burning people to death with blue flames in the park. After she alerts a policeman to come with her to the park, there seems to be no trace of anything having occurred, though Sakura remains adamant in what she saw. The next day at school, a new transfer student is assigned to her class, and it turns out to be the same boy she saw in the park, Codebreaker 06 Rei Ogami. Even though she questions him, Ogami is able to provide a sound alibi for his actions, though not convincing Sakura. After school, while lamenting the killing of a homeless man in the park by the G Falcon Street gang, Sakura meets Ogami, where they have a talk about what it means to judge the actions of criminals. The next day, while visiting a stray dog in the park, Sakura witnesses the G Falcon gang attacking another person and intervenes. She is able to hold them off with her martial arts until getting stunned with a taser. The dog also tries to protect Sakura, but the gang members severely injure it. Just when Sakura is about to be killed, Ogami shows up. He then turns to the gang members and presents an ultimatum: turn themselves in or die. They then attack Ogami, choosing the second option. Ogami then uses his power of summoning blue flames to eradicate them all. Ogami then walks up to the shocked Sakura and uses the flames to kill her. Sakura wakes up in her room the following morning after seemingly being killed by Ogami. At school, Sakura grows highly cautious of Ogami despite him acting as if nothing transpired the night before whilst among their peers. Ogami then follows Sakura around school, which causes her to avoid her friend Aoba Takatsu in an attempt to protect her from Ogami. Elsewhere, Codebreaker 03 Yuki Tenpoin is given a picture of ex-Codebreaker 01 Hitomi as his opponent. After school, Sakura draws Ogami to a populated city square, where she tries to reason with him about killing those men the night before. However, she still is not able to accept that he can commit such acts without any emotional response. Ogami explains to her the nature of his being as a codebreaker, which is one who passes judgment on evildoers via means that would be considered evil to the rest of the world. Ogami then tries to burn Sakura, who flees from fright. However, he does state that he will kill anyone with whom she confides his secret, causing Sakura to also make sure that he does not kill any more people by keeping an eye on him. Afterwards, Ogami receives a call from a mysterious woman wondering why Sakura is not dead, to which Ogami says that she is a rare person who cannot be burnt. Later, Yuki encounters Hitomi, who has the power of electricity. Yuki attacks Hitomi with sound waves, but is stopped by Recode Agent 04 Yukihina, who has the special ability of controlling ice. Sakura goes to school with Ogami and finds her locker stuffed with love letters from fellow students. The misunderstanding about Sakura and Ogami's desires to observe each other leads the students to believe they are dating. Jealousy of Ogami with Sakura turns into violence, but Sakura prevents this for fear of Ogami using his powers. While walking to the student council office with Ogami, Sakura runs into Ninin Fujiwara, who fondles Sakura's breasts. Ogami attempts to burn Ninin, mistaking her for somebody else, but is stopped by Sakura. A mysterious boy receives a call to work with Ogami, who later gives Sakura a puppy of the dog that tried to protect her at the park as a gift. Sakura goes with Ogami to a local Yakuza office, where he is offered a job selling drugs. However, Ogami kills all the Yakuza members and 2 corrupt policemen there instead. Ogami threatens to kill the drug victims, but is stopped by Sakura and gives them a reason to live. Ogami goes to a car waiting outside the Yakuza office with corrupt chief of police Takata inside, but Ogami gives chase when Takata attempts to flee. The mysterious boy from earlier is revealed to be Codebreaker 04 Toki Fujiwara, who blows up the car that Takata was in with his powers of magnetism. Ogami appears before Eden, the Codebreaker Policy Governance Board, where he is given his next job to assassinate a politician named Tabata Shigeru. Sakura wakes up in front of her house and is questioned by her parents about her recent behavior. Sakura lies to them, but her parents choose to overlook this aspect. When she comes outside of her house, she meets Toki, who walks with her to school. However, Ogami suddenly appears and immediately begins to fight Toki, that is until Sakura stops the two. Sakura and Ogami head to school after Toki leaves. At school, Sakura spots Toki, and she leaves class to find out what he is doing. Upon being discovered by teacher Miyuki Kanda, Toki lies that he is auditing the school and is allowed to stay. During lunch, it is revealed that Toki's older sister is Ninin, exhibiting similar characteristics. Ogami and Toki later go on a job, and Sakura accidentally ends up tagging along. Ogami reveals Toki's power is that of controlling magnetic fields, and this can move any metallic object. After breaking into a compound housing a government research facility for special abilities and dealing with the normal security guards, Ogami and Toki engage in battle with 2 guards wearing large fueled backpacks, which allow them to have special abilities of wind and water. During the battle, the 2 guards are forced to retreat when their backpacks suddenly run dry, allowing Ogami and Toki to continue with the mission. Inside the facility, Sakura learns that the Codebreakers are a government agency run directly under the command of the Prime Minister. The facility houses kids with special abilities hooked up to machines for close monitoring, in which the lower levels of the facility are used for experiments via dissections, having their organs removed and sold and their corpses placed in large preservative jars. Tabata is revealed to be the head of the research facility. The two guards return and resume their fight with Ogami and Toki, who both discover that the backpacks each contained a child with special abilities, who each had a younger sibling among the failed experiments. The two children finally rest in peace when Ogami and Toki kill the guards. Just as Ogami is about to kill Tabata, his crippled daughter Chisa Shigeru appears. It turns out that Tabata performs such experiments in order to find suitable transplants for Chisa, who also has special abilities. Sakura tries to convince Ogami not to kill Tabata, but Ogami has no choice but to kill Tabata, who tried to attack him with a scalpel. Chisa passes out after Ogami goads her to take revenge on him in the future, and Toki finds out that Hitomi is the real mastermind behind the research project. The remaining children are transported to another research facility, while Chisa receives medical attention. While Toki has lunch with the Prime Minister, who is actually his father, he is reminded that he became a code breaker in order to keep his sister Ninin away from his father in order to protect her. On their way to school, Sakura and Ogami run into Codebreaker 05 Rui Prince Hachioji, who gives Ogami orders to protect Sakura. At school, the class is acting strangely, which causes Ogami to suspect that Sakura has exposed his secret as a codebreaker. However, it turns out that the class was actually preparing a welcome party for Ogami. At the same time, Toki is seen collapsing in pain in an alley someplace, and the Prime Minister is informed that a total of 43 agents have gone missing in search of Hitomi. Back at the party, the school is attacked by the 43 missing agents, whose dead bodies have been reanimated through the use of Hitomi's power. Ogami momentarily collapses while fighting the dead agents. Kanda arrives to help, revealing herself as an agent of Eden assigned to Ogami. Yuki also appears to assist them in fending off the attack. Codebreaker 02 Masomi Haika, a classmate of Sakura and Ogami who habitually has tea in the most random of places, joins the fight as well and successfully defeats the agents using light manipulation. Toki is still shown collapsed in the alley, but now in the form of a child.